So this little battery is the worst performing Ecoworthy I've ever tested. It didn't even pull full capacity on the first try. So I cycled it 24 times and the results are insane. Now this was done with my cycle machine. It had 80 amp charge and 80 amp discharge, because anything more and it would disconnect from high temperature. Now on the second cycle, I did pull full capacity. And I pulled full capacity for 15 cycles. But then after that, it dropped off, and you can see it in this graph. And this is pretty bad for the first few cycles. These cells are not the best. We might have balanced the cells and been able to pull full capacity, but seeing this much capacity fade this fast is pretty crazy. A 100 amp hour battery should pull 104 to 106 when it's brand new. And if it's a Vader, they usually pull 107. When the capacity is that high, usually the cells run cooler. And that allows me to cycle it faster without hitting the over temperature disconnect. Now all the other batteries by Ecoworthy do really well. This is the only outlier. And going by this graph, it's pretty bad. So in today's video, we're gonna open it up and test the cells and see if there's a large discrepancy in internal resistance, because even a single bad cell could give us these results. So first, internal resistance is 3 milliohms, which is fantastic. It's actually pretty low. This thing's actually nice. There's covers for the bus bars, perfect hydraulic crimps on the supply conductors. The balance lead is protected and it goes through a little hole in the fiber board. The BMS heatsink is not touching the cells. And there's metal cell holders in a 100 amp hour battery. This actually has a similar design to their 280 amp hour model. Not bad for 230 bucks. 0.45 for cell number 1, 0.45 for cell number 2, 0.42 for cell number 3, and 0.46 for cell number 4. So these cells seem fine. I wonder if they're 95 amp hour cells. And they even look brand new. They look perfect. Pretty confusing that this is the worst Ecoworthy out there. I'm still surprised. Now, this being the outlier, I thought someone else probably made it. A lot of these manufacturers are not just one manufacturer, but like 5 or more. I thought maybe it was made by someone else, but this is absolutely an Ecoworthy build. No one else makes batteries exactly like this with these steel cell holders. And cycle performance wise, it does really well. It's just the capacity. So I think maybe these are 95 amp hour cells. I can't think of any other possible reason. Now, some things I don't like. This NTC sensor should be in a potted ring terminal, and this thermal switch is redundant. This is for high temp, but this can be used for high and low temp. Next, they're obstructing the overpressure relief valve. Now for the price, this is still a pretty good build quality, especially compared to watt cycle. I would probably choose this over the new watt cycle batteries. It's that bad in those. But right now you can buy a Vater for $259. So I don't think this is worth the risk. This is just not a good buy. And this one has a 150 amp BMS. That's incredible. And these batteries have really good capacity and you can cycle them really hard. But this is a massive opportunity for them to fix this. If you guys use a removable lid on the case, fix the temperature sensors, and swap out the cells, you'll have a really nice battery. And all their other batteries are fantastic, so why is this the only bad one? My battery recommendations change every day because I'm always finding problems. And over time, the hardware changes and the software, lots of issues. So if you want to see my current recommendations, they'll be listed below every video. Anyways, just a quick video trying to hunt for more problems. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.